Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Thursday Thoughts. You already know that Thursday Thoughts is where I share my inner thoughts, my heart, and it's just deep, like trying to get out of our mind, honestly. Recently, many of the videos and pictures of my Pop resurfaced in my memories on my camera roll, and it was, certain moments of Pop's life where it was coming to the end, and of course I was a complete emotional basket case. This video, or Thursday Thoughts episode rather, is more so about life after loss and life before loss with Pop, because I never really shared like how the last few months what that was like, because I just was in the moment of everything. I was very strategic about the final year of Pop's life, more so the final 3 to 6 months of Pop's life, because that's when I had a greater understanding and awareness that this is the end, and I wanted Pop to know how much I loved him. And nothing meant more to me than to make sure Pop literally got the best of my love. There were several things that I backed out on. I was late to some things because I knew that I would regret having an opportunity to go see Pop and not doing so. Because I decided that I wanted to do whatever. I knew I made Pop proud because he already told me that I did. So I wasn't necessarily worried about making him proud, even though I still did in some ways and still do. But it was more so spending time with Pop and just being there for him. There are things I've never shared before. Actually, in Pop's last few months of life, there was so much escalating so quickly that it was getting bad before it got bad. Like January 2023, 2 months before, Pop started having crazy hallucinations, and I had never seen or heard Pop like lose his mind like that. And I mean, he was seeing bugs crawling in his water bottle. He was seeing bugs crawling on the wall. Mind you, there's nothing on the wall. And one time he thought I basically hung myself, and he was freaking out, calling Daddy, telling him that he needs to come save me and come get me. And then he starts to think that Mima's in the house when she's been gone for like 3-4 years at that point. And that's what struck me, because when you start bringing up the fact that you can see or feel the presence of like family members that have already passed away, yeah. And that was the point where I knew like it was over. And it was the time where I had lost like the normal Pop I had always known forever. And that was hard because I'm in the process of losing not just someone, but something. I'm losing the idea, the idea of how life is supposed to be, and such a beautiful chapter in my life coming to an end so soon, cut so short. And we had actually found out in a medical exam where he was tested actually for the heart attack scare, that he had 100% blockage of blood flow in his brain on one side and about 60 to 70% on the other. And so this was affecting his memory along with his hearing. And I really think Pop had dementia, because he was forgetting a lot of the conversations we had. And we could have been on the phone talking the day before or talking several times in one day, and he would forget literally every single thing that we talked about. And I kept asking Daddy, I was like, do you know? Because Pop was never medically diagnosed for this. That was when I had lost Pop before I lost him, in a sense, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Growing up, Pop was always my hero. I made sure that people understood and always knew that my heroes are my dad, my Pop, and my godfathers. I knew Pop was getting to the end when I realized that he needed me to do more for him, more than he could do for me. Also, never shared this, but about 2 weeks before he passed away, this was honestly one of my biggest guilt trips. I had walked into Pop Pop's house. Actually, it was on March 10th. I still remember the day. And this was the day we were getting out for spring break of sophomore year. And we went to go see him. And all of a sudden, I wanted to walk right back out the door. Like, I didn't want to be there anymore. I had felt the overwhelming weight of all that, just everything that was happening so rapidly. And as I'm sitting next to Pop Pop in the bed, I'm just holding back tears, trying not to let Pop Pop see me cry, because he always told me not to worry about him. And I felt so guilty for not wanting to be at Pop Pop's house anymore, because Pop Pop's house, was always somewhere I wanted to be. And as hard as it was, and as it broke my heart going through the motions of, getting closer and closer to the day that we dread so much, I knew it would tear my heart apart if I didn't go and he would be gone at any point in time. I am someone who loves to make the most of every moment, and I'm very sentimental because I know, what it feels like to lose such beautiful chapters of your life, and they are cut very short unexpectedly. What has made these past few weeks emotional, closing out junior year, is the realization that Pop Pop will not see me walk across the stage for graduation this upcoming senior year on Earth. From the sky, yes, of course. But to think that after graduation, being loved by so many friends and family, that he and Meemaw will literally be the two most important people missing. And it has been really sad to think about that. Senior year already sounds sad to me because, that's the end of this constant routine, and, but also making friends along the way and making memories that are so unforgettable and very, very sacred. And then you add losing grandparents to that, who won't be there for this very special time in your life that they've talked about and dreamed of for so long. And that's what I meant by you're losing something and someone at the same time, because you're losing the person, but you're also losing the idea of life and how life was supposed to be, with these people. But this is what I also mean when I say this is the one part I do not like about life. And that is that, those two are not here. And June is already, in my opinion, one of the emotionally treacherous months. June 16th, my Meemaw passed away, and it will be 5 years this year. And then after that is Pop Pop's birthday, which I am in no shape or form ready for either. And those two events fall in Father's Day week. So you have this element of celebration with also heartbreak. And you also have my Spider-Verse tied into it. So it's a very sentimental, emotional, heartbreaking week of my summer break. That is the hardest week of summer break, always has been. And last year on the first birthday without Pop Pop, it was so bad. I literally cried the entire day. The only time I did not cry in the day was when I took a nap or was asleep, because I wasn't thinking about anything. So this is what makes June a roller coaster every single year. We start off good because, of course, my dad's pastoral anniversary, and then we come down to Father's Day week of June, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions, and it's a light switch that just turns on, and you can't ever turn it off until a week later when you start to get over it. Before we go, I do want to do something special. Best Friends Day is coming up June 8th. And I just wanted to go ahead and put in my little early shout out now, especially as it relates to this area of my life anyways. I want to thank my siblings, the most gracious, loving, caring people in the world, the true definitions of best friends. And they have never left my side. And there's moments I will be literally bawling and sobbing because I have a moment. And they just always make sure that I'm okay and never let me just drown in my thoughts, because they know that I am such an isolation person, internalized type of person, and they're truly the greatest, and God knew I needed them. They have seen me in my most broken state of life and have in many ways healed a heart that they never broke, and for that I am very, very grateful. Those are just some of my inner thoughts right now on how life was with Pop before he passed away. I share my story not only as a therapy session, but for other grandchildren that have had the same experience of losing grandparents due to illnesses and being on that journey with them until they are no longer here and their journey is complete. It has been one of the hardest experiences of my life, but at the same time, it has been very, very rewarding to know that I am still left with such great memories and just great experiences, great life lessons that I can always carry with me for the rest of my life. And also, I should say, since we're already on the topic, as a disclaimer, just ride the wave with me these next couple of weeks, because my mind is going to be in a million places, as you guys have already heard, because June is, like I said, a month, okay? I don't really know how to describe June until we get out of it. But thank you guys so much for your love and support over the past year and a half. It's just been great to have you guys along this journey and just kind of have a platform to share my thoughts and also be relatable to other people going through the same thing as well. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.